Hi loves, happy Tuesday. I hope that all is well. Today is Tyy Tuesday, and for today's topic, I want to speak on self-awareness as well as the different types and why it's so important. Having self-awareness really helps us to build better relationships as well as regulate our emotions and understand things from different perspectives. So the first type of self-awareness that I'll be speaking about is public self-awareness, which usually causes most to conform to societal standards or struggle with anxiety or low self-esteem. And the second form of self-awareness that I'll be talking about is private self-awareness, which usually helps us to understand our emotions, actions, and characteristics. So if you're interested, let's get into this topic. I just want to talk about what I've kind of self-reflected on while I took my social media detox. Now, this social media detox was kind of just really a couple days. It was supposed to be a week, but it got shortened. And before that, I went to Barnes & Noble, so I had a previous video where I did that, and I got this book on emotional intelligence. Now, self-awareness goes hand in hand with emotional intelligence. So I was reading this book and I was like, wow, this is actually a really good book, and soon I'm gonna do like a book review on it and kind of talk about emotional intelligence in itself. But what this time away gave me was really time for me to be self-aware and to self-reflect on certain things that I noticed that I do and characteristics about myself that I have that I needed to improve, which is why it's so important to detach at times, because the world is so busy as it is. We work, we do all these things throughout the day. We don't ever just take time to really think about who we are. Why is it that we are the way that we are? Or what is it about the things that we do that may be hindering us or stopping us from reaching our full potential? I've just really been thinking a lot lately about the fact that most people do not know how to self-reflect and how to be self-aware, but it makes sense because we live in such a traumatized society where we're not taught how to manage and handle our emotions. We're not taught to think for ourselves. A big reason as to why I feel that people don't like to self-reflect or have certain levels of self-awareness is because it really requires you to put your pride and ego aside to admit that you have faults and wrongs. And a lot of people do not like to take accountability for their actions or for the things that they do. So when it comes to self-reflecting, you really have to step outside of your ego and outside of yourself to say, okay, I do this certain thing and that does not work for me, so I can no longer do that. And just being able to admit that you're not perfect and that there are certain things about yourself that may need to be fixed. Literally everybody has things about themselves that needs to be fixed. You can be the most amazing person in the world, but we all have our faults. We're human. So don't ever let your ego be in the way of you evolving and changing into somebody better just because of the fact that you don't want to believe that you're not already that person. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself and be real and honest with yourself, because that's what's going to help you to really grow. So when it comes to private self-awareness, this is usually the self-awareness that you would see when you're by yourself or you have a thought to yourself. Or for example, say that you notice that when you meet new people and you have conversations, you tend to be really anxious, maybe jittery, shaky, or anything like that. Or maybe you notice that you have really bad memory and you can't really remember certain things that you have to do. These are forms of private self-awareness. So when you notice those little things about yourself or certain things about yourself that make you kind of think and question like I didn't notice that I do this. I feel like this is so important because a lot of the time we get so used to our conditioning, how we've been brought up, things that we've learned, things that society has taught us, that we sometimes don't realize our actions or why we do the things that we do. Once you start to self-reflect and you start analyzing yourself, you start to see, okay, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What is it about me that maybe causes me to have issues with others, or maybe causes me to have trouble in my work environments? So with self-awareness, it really helps to identify the underlying reasons as to why you do things, because that's what's going to help you overcome it. Now, I want to get into public self-awareness because I have talked about private self-awareness a lot in certain past Tyy videos. But public self-awareness is the one that I really wanted to touch on because of the fact that this really can change the trajectory of relationships that you have, connections that you have, and the opportunities that you may be a part of. So when it comes to public self-awareness, this I feel like most people struggle with because it's not always just within us and what we do within ourselves. Sometimes it's outside influences. So when it comes to public self-awareness, this is really about how we come off to others. So just make sure that you're being 100% authentic in all your interactions. It's really easy to fall into societal standards and to behave in a way that we feel is socially accepted, or what most people deem to be cool or nice or beautiful, or just whatever. Try not to fall into any of that, because that's really going to stop you from building genuine connections. It's going to stop you from meeting the people that are really meant to be in your life. Make sure that you're just always showing up as your true authentic self, even within conversations. When you're having conversations with others, it's about analyzing how you speak, what you say to them, your body language, how involved within the conversation you are, and just giving everything your undivided attention. The great thing too when it comes to self-awareness is that the better that you get at analyzing yourself and your actions, your behaviors and characteristics, the better that you get at seeing that within other people and reading other people and how they react and why they react, or why they do the things that they do, and just understanding people as a whole, which really helps when it comes to business. It helps with your relationships and any other interactions with people in general. So when it comes to interacting with people, just make sure that you are being yourself and that you're confident in who you are, because it's going to show otherwise. People can really tell when you're not 100% confident in yourself, especially through your interactions and the way that you speak, maybe the way that you project your voice or your body language, or just the way that you move. Try to carry yourself with a sense of confidence and that you know who you are, and don't allow society to dictate who you should be and who you should act like or how you should look. Also too, just realize and understand that at the end of the day, you control yourself. You can't control other people. So if you are having a conversation with somebody and you realize that the conversation may not be going in a way that you like or that you would prefer, just react in ways that are healthy to you. Don't allow others to dictate your emotions and how you feel or how you react to certain things. Keep your composure and maintain your character. This is so important, especially when it comes to just being out in the world. It takes a lot of self-awareness to understand that, okay, this person may be bringing about this certain emotion within me, but I'm still going to control my own emotions and have that level of emotional intelligence enough to not allow it to affect me or to bother me, or to allow it to lower my self-esteem. It also comes down to how you portray yourself out in public. So think about the reputation that you want for yourself, or just the type of energy that you want to embody, and ask yourself if you're portraying that when you go out places, when you're speaking to people, throughout your interactions. But that is it for this video, you guys. I just wanted to have a quick chit chat about self-reflection and self-awareness, and those two types. But that is it, you guys, for this video. I want to have a quick little chit chat, and I'm gonna do something fun too. So I'm gonna leave in the description below a self-awareness test so that you can see how self-aware that you are. So if you're unaware and you don't know if you have a good level of self-awareness, do the quiz in the description. So that is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. Share this video with somebody that you feel it may help. Give this video a thumbs up if you did not already, and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out. Look at the streets, you are not my mate. If you become a chef, not be head of state. But my people then go say I know one die, I know one die.